during COVID, I was an ICU nurse, and well, going back further than that, I've always suffered with depression and anxiety my entire life. It's been a thing. I've been in and out of therapy. You know, it's something that I've been working really hard on. And after COVID, and then just lots of life things happening, I just found myself in a really bad place. And my job was offering free therapy sessions, but it was all telehealth. So I was like, okay, you know what, whatever, as long as I'm doing something.
Sure.
So I started taking the telehealth visits out here, and I would start hanging out with the goats and petting the goats and stuff like that whilst I was on the phone. And I was like, oh my God, like, this is so amazing. Like, this is better than going to a clinic and having just one-on-one with a therapist. Like, this is actually really cool. I don't know if you've ever heard of like EMDR therapy.
I have, yes, but go ahead, explain it for the people that don't know.
Essentially, it's taking like a bad, like, traumatic experience and putting it with like another stimulation, so that when it's brought up again, you're not kind of re-triggered by it.
Okay. Yep.
And it's a way for your subconscious to kind of process it. And there's like a whole big process to doing the therapy, and I've done that a lot to deal with some past traumas and things like that, and it's been very beneficial for me. But when I was coming out here and petting the goats, I was like, wow, like, this is just about as good as doing an EMDR session. Like, this is really cool. And so my original dream was like, you know what, it'd be really cool if I had like a little pergola with some couches, and like the therapist could come out and just sit, and they could just talk with their clients, and like they could feed the goats or whatever whilst they're talking. And so that's kind of where the idea was born.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to my sister about it, and she's really big into like research and stuff like that. And so after she did some research, she's like, you know, that sounds a lot like care farming. And I was like, what is care farming? And so care farming is something that's really, really big up in Europe and other countries, but it's just started to kind of take root in the United States. So they have a care farming network that has kind of put together all the care farms within the United States, and it's an amazing resource for care farms. But essentially, it's using the benefits of animals and nature and community to help individuals with either mental health issues or disabilities through the farm. And so I was just like, yes, that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where it was like, okay, let's do a care farm. And so we've kind of, you know, I reached out to one of the local, well, not super local, but she's in Delaware, so it's like 45 minutes away, Grateful Acres. I reached out to her and I was like, hey, like, I'm thinking about doing a care farm. I'd love to come and visit yours and ask you some questions. So like I went out there, met with her, and she was fantastic. She really helped me a lot, kind of getting an idea on like what I needed to do, because like I'm a nurse, I'm not a business person. So like, I don't know how to start a business. I don't know what goes into this.
Sure.
And I'm still trying to figure it out. I
don't think you ever have it completely figured out.
Yeah,
You know?
it's been a totally learning experience, you know, to go from like, okay, this is an idea, and then like, okay, what do I need to do in order to make this happen?
Right.
And so she was really helpful in getting that kind of started. And the Care Farming Network, they have like videos on how to start your care farm, for-profit versus non-profit, like, and Cecil Agriculture reached out to me, and they have been another like phenomenal resource for me, and just getting a hold of people at zoning. And they also have a program through, I think it's through Maryland, I'm not sure if it's Cecil or just Maryland, where actually a lady came out and she helped do all of the research for my business plan. Like all of like the community needs and stuff like that. So like that was amazing, and it's all funded through a grant. So like she just was able to help me. She gave me like a blueprint of like how to fill in my business plan and how to make a business plan. And once I was done with that, I like sent it back to her, and she like gave me tweaks for it. And they have like legal, you know, where you can get time with like attorneys so that you can ask them like questions and stuff like that. So it's a really cool resource.
Like all these people are falling into place to help you
do this
vision that
I'm
you've
like,
had.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
And then, you know, my husband thank God he loves me, because he's, you know, he's the other thing that's like helping like build other things. Because, you know, one of the biggest things to opening is we needed a bathroom somewhere where people could go to the bathroom. So he like built me my outhouse, and, you know, he's helped build the fences and, you know, get ready for the different barns and do all of the different things. So it's been, you know, a big thing. And then, you know, just me trying to figure out, you know, okay, how do we do this? How do we make this work?
Yeah.
So we're still kind of working on that. You know, right now we're doing it where we're kind of doing partnerships with different people, and then they're coming in. So like Phoenix Therapies Plus, they come on Fridays. They have a speech and occupational therapist that come out, and their patients do their therapy here on the farm. And it's amazing to see these kiddos learning the skills of speaking and, you know, moving their hands and doing things like that by interacting with the animals, and, you know, doing things like going and picking carrots in the garden and then coming over and feeding the animals. So it's just totally different than your typical going to a clinic and doing that. So it's definitely really cool to kind of see how the vision changed from a little pergola, you know, to
all
this.
of this.
Yeah.
So did you like this episode of the TMA Connection? Well, you might want to check this one out right here. Go ahead, click it.